Imagine facing a verbal attack, unfair criticism, or provocation, not with fear or anger, but with icy composure and an inner smile. While others lose their cool and fall into the trap, you execute a psychological maneuver that disarms your attacker and places you in a position of absolute power. Would you like to know how to achieve this? How to transform every attack into a test of your strength? In this video, I'm going to reveal Machiavelli's psychological trick that will teach you exactly what to do when someone attacks you. You'll not only learn how to protect yourself, but also how to master the situation and emerge stronger. Stay until the end, because this information can forever change the way you handle your interactions. Before continuing, write in the comments, "My calm is my weapon." Doing so will reinforce your commitment to yourself, condition your mind for imperturbability, and remind you where your true power lies. Ready? Let's begin. Before learning the defense technique, you need to understand the nature of the attack. The beginner's mistake is interpreting it personally. They believe that criticism, insults, or provocation represent their worth. This is the first mistake, and the trap into which 99% of people fall. A strategist, whether a Stoic like Marcus Aurelius or a pragmatist like Machiavelli, understands that to win, they must depersonalize the battle. You must grasp a fundamental truth. Most verbal attacks rarely have anything to do with you. They are projections of the attacker's inner world. An attack is almost always a confession. It's a window into the soul of the one launching the aggression, and it usually reveals one of these three things. Insecurity. The quickest way to feel important is to try to belittle others. Those who relentlessly criticize you, who look for flaws in you, are often trying to hide their own feelings of inferiority. By pointing out your supposed weaknesses, they divert attention from their own. Their attack is a cry of their insecurity. Envy. When you grow, improve, and move forward, you become an uncomfortable mirror for those who don't. Your light illuminates their inaction. Their attack isn't a judgment on you. It's a desperate attempt to dim your brilliance so theirs doesn't seem so weak. Need for control. Some people only feel secure when they manipulate the narrative and emotions of others. Provocation is their favorite tool. They want to make you react because someone emotional is predictable and, therefore, controllable. Your reaction is proof of their power. When you understand this, the attack ceases to be a direct arrow to your heart and becomes a simple piece of information. It's data about your opponent's mind, fears, and weaknesses. This is the first step to disarming them, depersonalizing the attack. By doing so, you reject the idea that it's about you. You transform into an observer, a field psychologist analyzing the behavior of an interesting subject. This mental shift removes you from the role of victim and places you in the role of analyst. From there, with calm and objectivity, you are ready for the first move. You have already diagnosed the attack. You understand that it has nothing to do with you, but rather with the other person's weakness. Now you execute the first move, which is ironically a non-movement, the act of reflecting. Most people, when attacked, make one of two fatal mistakes. Frantically defending themselves. That's not true. I'm not like that. And appearing weak. Or counterattacking aggressively, stooping to the attacker's level and giving them the conflict they were looking for. The strategist, whether Stoic or Machiavellian, rejects both paths. They know that an emotional reaction is the attacker's fuel. If you feed it, the fire grows. Your first objective is to cut off that fuel. The technique is simple: calculated silence and a neutral expression. When the attack comes, the criticism, the insult, the provocation, you don't react. You don't change your expression. You maintain absolute, almost bored calm. You become a mask of stone. You hold eye contact, not with anger, but with detached curiosity, as if observing a curious phenomenon. You let his venomous words hang in the air and dissipate into the silence you have created. This inaction is one of the strongest and most disconcerting demonstrations of power. It is a perfect shield. Think about what it provokes in your attacker. He invested energy, he expected drama, conflict, emotional turmoil. What he receives is a wall of calm, a void. You deny him his victory. His goal was to unsettle you. By remaining unperturbed, you show him that he has utterly failed. In the silence, his aggression is exposed. He is the one who loses his temper. He seems irrational. You disarm him. His momentum is exhausted because he has nothing to strike against. It's like trying to hit a ghost. This calm is not passivity, it is active defense. It is AA's statement of power. Your attack is so weak, so absurd, that it hasn't moved a single muscle in my face. It hasn't penetrated my shield. Mastering this move is crucial. It gives you the mental space to prepare your next step. You've absorbed the blow unharmed. You've shown you're not an easy target. And now, with your opponent bewildered, you shift from defense to counterattack. First you reflected. Now it's time to deflect. You've silently absorbed their energy. Now, before they can regroup, you execute your second move. And this isn't a frontal counterattack. That's exactly what they're expecting. Deflection is more elegant. You don't oppose their force, you redirect it. The goal is to shift the conversation from you, the target of the attack, to them, the source of the attack. You do this with calm, seemingly innocuous questions that are, in reality, psychological keys. They ignore the content of the attack and reveal its intent. Let's see how it works. Scenario 1. Aggressive criticism. Attack. This report is a disaster. It's clear you didn't put in any effort. Weak response. Yes, I did. I spent hours on this. Deflection maneuver. After your calm pause, you ask. That's a very direct way of putting it. What outcome are you hoping to achieve by sharing it this way? You've shifted the focus to their method and intention. You force them to justify themselves. Scenario 2. Provocation or insult. Attack. You always have to be the know-it-all, don't you? Weak response. I'm not a know-it-all. Deflection maneuver. I sense a lot of intensity in your question. Is everything all right? You ignore the insult and address their emotional state. They are exposed. Scenario 3. Generalized accusation. Attack. You never listen to anyone. Weak response. Of course I listen. Deflection maneuver. Thanks for letting me know. To help me improve, can you give me a concrete example? The attacker usually doesn't have one. Their accusation collapses on its own. The key is your tone. Absolute, clinical, without sarcasm. You are a strategist, a chess master. You turn their energy against them. You have reflected and deflected. You have taken control of the frame. Now comes the final blow. The third move is reframing. Reframing is taking complete control of the narrative. It is ignoring the frame the attacker tried to impose on you, a conflict, a judgment about your worth, and replacing it with your own. You turn the attack into a mere factual note, an insignificant distraction. It is the blow that proves their attack not only failed, but never had any weight. Examples. Scenario 1. Aggressive criticism. Deflection. What result are you trying to achieve by saying it like that? He stammers. Well, I just want the job done right. Reframe. I understand. I appreciate the feedback. I'll keep it in mind. And you carry on. You've reduced his attack to irrelevant information. Scenario 2. Provocation. Deflect. I sense a lot of intensity. Is everything all right? He replies, I'm fine. Reframe. Perfect. Sometimes I misinterpret the tone. As I was saying, and you continue your speech. His attack is reduced to a minor interruption. The complete trick, Machiavelli's psychological trick filtered through Stoic calm, is this system. Reflect. Absorb the attack with silence and composure. Deflect. Ignore the content and direct the light toward his intention. Reframe. Take the narrative and redirect the situation to your terms. This isn't a method for winning arguments. It's a way to demonstrate that you can't be played. Those who experience this strategy once rarely attack again. They learn that trying to destabilize you is a complete waste of energy. The world is full of micro-attacks, small wars for status and control. Most people struggle with ego and emotion and end up wounded. You now have a superior system. A psychological trick to navigate these conflicts, not like the soldier in the trenches, but like the general on the hill, observing the chaos with strategic calm. Remember, reflect, deflect, and reframe. If you practice it, you will become a fortress. A person whose inner peace is so solid that the attacks of others simply crumble against them. This channel is your academy of psychological warfare. Each video is a new weapon. If you are ready to stop being a target and become a strategist, subscribe and turn on notifications. Your mastery awaits.